Hey there, today this is going to be another website review video. This is for a wedding content creator, so somebody who makes basically social media content of your wedding. So really cool business, but if you don't know me, I'm Emily and I do website strategy and design, and oftentimes I'm reviewing websites, and I thought this was a really interesting one to share with you because sometimes I'll come across a website where the branding is on point, they have really good media showcasing their work, the design is beautiful, but it's still not quite set up to convert that visitor into someone who's actually inquiring and reaching out. So that is what we're going to get into. And so, if you're somebody who isn't sure that your website is set up the correct way in terms of the structure and the navigation and the different pages, then hopefully you'll get some helpful info out of this. So let's jump in. So first of all, your website is stunning. I am so impressed. And you have such great content on here, from the photos to the videos to the copy. Um, yeah, you have such a great starting point to work with here. And I know you said you were wondering like if there was a way that it could be more helpful or convert better. And I definitely have some tips for you. What you can also do is connect it up to Google Analytics if you haven't already, so that you can see how many website visitors you're getting every single month. And you can compare that to how many inquiries you're getting every month. And if it ends up being like anything around 2 to 5% of your traffic that's turning into inquiries, that's considered like industry standard. And so that's like a good benchmark to aim for, at least to start out. And yeah, 2 to 5% is very low. So it takes a lot of traffic to like get one inquiry typically. So, don't feel bad about that. But let me give you some of my ideas to, even if you are getting enough conversions right now, um, to maybe we can get you some more so that you can do what you're hoping to do this year, which is to double your revenue. So, starting up at the top here, I want to talk about the navigation menu here. I feel like it is missing a couple of important things. The most important one would be the services page. That could also be called packages or investment or something like that, because that's something that as a client or potential client I'm going to be looking for, because that's like, if that's a specific piece of information that I'm looking for, I want to be able to find something to click on to take me straight to it. And we already know that people are going to want to know what do the services look like, how is that broken down, and what are the prices. So right now you have your services listed, your packages on your homepage. So I definitely feel like you should move that, this section, and your process breakdown, which is also fantastic. But it's like this is like getting into the nitty gritty, and it's a little too much detail for the homepage. The homepage needs to be a little bit more of an overview of like, here's what we're about, here's why you should care, and here's sort of like a sample of what we do. That's sort of the purpose for your homepage. And then on the services page is where we're going to give them the details of like, okay, so you're interested in working together. Here's what that could look like. Uh, and what's missing is, like I said, pricing, because since you have set packages, then I'm assuming you also have set prices. So you might as well be transparent with those and just go ahead and publish them, because we already know just from like survey after survey after survey that that is a piece of information that all couples are looking for upfront when they're trying to find vendors to choose whether or not to even reach out to them. They first need to know, like, is this even within the realm of something that is within budget? And so if you can give them any kind of pricing information, that would be ideal. And that if you're not doing that anywhere, then that could be a definite like potential block as to why more people might not be reaching out. Um, so then something else you could do if you're worried about people thinking that you're too expensive or something like that, um, you can talk about, you can create basically a section like something similar to this where you actually call that out, and it would actually be better to address that head on and let them know, like, explain the value behind the prices or any other information that helps them understand like why it costs what it does. And or mention the fact that you do offer payment plans or anything else like that. Come across confident that like this, it's priced this way for a reason, and this is like fair pricing and like the value is worth it. And then you can follow that up with testimonials to prove that you're not the only one who feels this way. And so that's just an idea. You don't have to do that, but if you're like nervous about putting your prices up front, that's something that can help with that. uh, and then let's see. So I love this testimonials. I would add this some testimonials on every page if you can. And then the gallery, I also really like. I mean, I love like this section. This is like, I want to hire you. I'm not getting married, but I want to hire you. So the only thing I will say is that the portfolio is cool the way it is, but I feel like this is a more impactful portfolio right here because I can see everything in a quick glimpse instead of having to click on an individual photo album. This gives me like a better broad overview. So honestly, I would do like one section on your portfolio page, which is a gallery like this. And then the next section is like, hey, if you want to see like, a full wedding day album, you can click through and look at those and see what that's like. Then what I feel like is missing is at the bottom of every page, I want to see a call to action. So a section that's purely dedicated to telling me like, hey, if you're ready to take the first step, here's what that looks like. And here's what to do next. And then I don't feel like your blog needs to be linked at the top right now. I understand if you want to leave it there so you can have like an even number of pages on either side. That's understandable. But since you only have one blog post right now, it makes your business look really new and a little bit less like experienced or even credible. So I tend to like hide the blog away a little bit longer until you have more content to show. I also think that the blog is very valuable because it looks like you're going to be providing education to your audience. And I don't think that the word journal properly communicates that. So, like, it doesn't really make me want to click on it because I don't feel like if I'm looking at a journal, as a client, I don't feel like I'm getting anything out of that. So I'm less likely to click on it. So you might want to consider renaming it something like Start Here or Education or just blog. Or help articles or something like that. The other page that I feel like is missing in your navigation is an about page. And it's not like super crucial, but it is helpful because if you're the type of vendor that is going to be working closely with the client, which I feel like you would be because you're going to be around them all day, you're probably going to be like giving them prompts or poses or something like that. So I think you should try to build a better personal relationship with them on your website. And that might also make more people feel comfortable reaching out. So if you can show the faces of the actual people that are going to be working with the clients, that would be great. If you can talk about, your background or what your story of like what led you to doing this type of work or something about your experience, or you can do all the things that I'm listing here, but you can also talk about like other things that aren't business related, that hobbies or other interests or your personality or the types of clients that y'all love working with, and that would really help people feel like you are the vendor for them, like they've got to work with you because they vibe with you. So I hope that makes sense. Yeah, that is honestly everything. All right. Thank you so much for watching. And if you found that helpful, I do have a playlist full of these website review videos that you can check out, and there will be more coming out as well. So if you want to subscribe and be notified of those, go for it. Also, if you're watching these and you're wondering which part of your website might need the most love right now, I have a quiz that will tell you that. So I will also leave that link below. And I hope you find it super helpful, and I'll see you next time.